So for these three problems, we are told that the sequences are geometric, but we need to be careful to make sure that we think about if the missing term could be positive or negative or both. And so that's going to kind of depend on the pattern that we're looking at. I am going to do number 23, and so we have three blanks here. So if this one's positive and this one's positive, I know that this one has to be positive, but this one could be positive or negative, and this one could also be positive or negative, but these two would have to be the same. So if you're multiplying by a negative each time, then the 6 would become a negative when you multiply it by a negative. When you multiply by another negative, it would turn positive again, it would turn negative, and then it would turn positive again. Or we could be multiplying by a positive, and therefore they would all be positive. But we don't know. We do know that this middle term has to be positive, because in either scenario, that's going to end up being positive. So over here, that one could be positive or negative. These would both have to be positive, because if that one's positive, then this one's positive, and if this one's positive, then this one has to be positive. So there's no option in that one. But you will have plus or minus here, and you'll have plus or minus here, and a plus or minus here. Alright, so now let's get into actually solving it. I'm going to do it the same way as I did the arithmetic one. And again, so in sequences, the notation can kind of shift as is convenient for you. So I'm allowed to call this a sub 1. Whether it was the first term of the original sequence or not doesn't matter. I can look at this like subset of the sequence and call that a sub 1. That's the first term, which means this is a sub 2, a sub 3, a sub 4, and this would be a sub 5. Since it's geometric, I'm using the geometric formula like this. My a sub n term, my a sub 5 term, is this number. So I'm going to put 10710.375 for a sub n. My a sub 1 term is 6. R is what I need to know so that I can fill in these blanks. And then my n value is this number right here. It's the term number that you're at. So my fifth term is this number, and I'm at the fifth term. So I'm going to put in 5 minus 1 there. So the first thing I need to do is divide by 6. So 10710.375 divided by 6, 1785. Do not round this decimal. It's short enough, just write the whole thing. And that's going to equal r to the fourth when I subtract 5 minus 1. And now I need to take the fourth root of both sides. So to do that on your calculator, you hit the math button. And then you see right here, there's a cube root, but there's a fourth root. So you're going to have to put that in. But you need to go back and change the actual root value to a 4. So the fourth root of the answer that I just got, and it is 6.5. If you don't round anything, you get 6.5 exactly. So the r value is 6.5. So that means that I'm multiplying this times 6.5, this times 6.5, and so forth, and it should end up giving me that after I do it 5 times. So let's check. 6 times 6.5. I'm going to put plus or minus 39. That's what goes right there. Times 6.5. Positive 253.5. Times 6.5. Plus or minus 1647.75. And then if I do it one more time, I should get this number. And so we know we did it correctly.